Hi Ripley, you sent me an email last night asking about how to solve some problems under lesson 1C, and it was question 2. So I'm going to kind of walk you through some of this, and hopefully you'll see the pattern here. So I'm just going to start with part A, and then once I do part A, I might help set up part B, and then the rest of this you're going to have to do on your own. But part A is asking, how many seconds would it take to breathe 1 million times if an animal breathes 18 times per minute? So the important thing to recognize here is it's asking how many seconds. So we know that when we're done, our answer should have only seconds for the unit. So I'm going to get a blank screen here, a blank page to work with. So I'm just going to write down the two things that I know. One is that I know that we want to do 1 million times, right? The other thing that I know is that we breathe, or this animal breathes 18 times per minute. Okay, so using that information, we've got a good start. So I'm going to start with 1 million times. And I'm just going to write it as a fraction, just because I like knowing that there's a denominator, and the denominator is going to be 1. And then I need to set up this factor here so that I can cancel out some units that will cancel out. And if we look here, there's times here and there's times here. So if I arrange this like so, what you'll notice, hopefully, right, is that times cancels each other out. And the unit that we have here is minutes. So basically I have 1 million minutes over 18. So that means I got to do some division here. So I'm going to go to my calculator. I'm going to do 1 million divided by 18. And what I get for an answer is, let's see, 55,555. I'm going to round here, 0.6, and this is minutes. But I don't want minutes. The question is asking for seconds, right? So I need to change, so I'm going to put a 1 underneath this just to remember that it's a fraction, right? I need to change minutes to seconds, right? So, and I need to arrange it so that minutes will cancel out. So 1 minute has 60 seconds, right? By arranging it this way, the minutes will cancel each other out. And I'm left with the unit that I want, which is seconds. So I'm now going to do 55,555.6 times 60. And what you should get is something like this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's see, I'm going to put my commas in here. 3,333,333.3 seconds. Okay, so you might want to rewind this video just to see how I started and how I arranged things. But again, it's always about arranging the ratios so that units will cancel each other out. So let's look at part B, right? So part B says we want to know how many minutes it would take to breathe 1 million times. So again, writing down the two things that we know. We know that we want to know how long it takes for 1 million times. And we know that it's 18 times in 1 minute. And we want our answer in minutes. That's what we want our answer to be, right? So starting with the 1 million times, I'm just going to put it, I don't want to put minute there. I just want to make sure that we recognize that it's a fraction. So 1 million times, and then I need to arrange this ratio here so that times will cancel out. So I do 1 minute over 18 times. And we actually already did this problem prior. The times will cancel out, and in essence we have to do 1 million, and the unit is minutes, that's the unit that's left behind, over 18. And we already figured this out. We got 55,555.6. And that would be minutes, right? Because that's the unit that's left behind. So for the remaining problems here, you should follow that pattern. Start with what you know, the 1 million times. Start with the other thing, use the other thing that you know, 18 times per minute, and now you're going to change it to hours, and then you're going to change it to days, and then you're going to change it to years. So hopefully that makes sense.